Oh hey, I'm Morgan Wood. I'm gonna show you how I do my makeup to go from this to this. Before sitting down to actually do my makeup, there are a few steps that I have to go through first. I shave my beard as close as possible, then I moisturize with coconut oil. Then I prime my face, and then I clean my eyebrows with 99% alcohol on a little cotton pad, just to take away the excess product there, because the first thing that I'm gonna do is glue down my eyebrows. I'm gonna just rub it into the eye, ooh, like against the hairs. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so purple. The nice thing about this is that it's not toxic and it's water soluble, so it's easy to take off. And when it dries, it's clear. And the reason that I'm gluing down my eyebrows is because I don't want to shave them off. I like to keep them for my everyday life, but I also don't want them to be part of my drag makeup. I want to create a new shape on my face. Hey! Now you see that the glue has mostly turned clear. I'm gonna brush the hairs straight up using this little eyebrow comb brush thing. And the same on the other side. Now that first layer of glue has dried, I'm going to do it a couple more times just to make sure I have a really flat, solid base. I'm just going over the top in the direction that the hairs are laid. And the second time I'm going over the brows, I probably don't need the brush again because I can just use the stick itself to push any of the loose hairs up into their place where they belong. And I'm just going to glue them one more time, just one more layer. I find that 3 for me is usually enough. Some people, when they block their brows like this, need to do it more. And this last layer, just as it's drying, I'm going to dip my finger in some water and then just smooth it out with my finger. Since the glue is water soluble, this is very easy. And now with this last layer of glue, just before it's dried, when it's almost dry, I'm going to take a powder puff and some translucent powder. I just use baby powder because it's cheap, like me. Press it into the glue to create that flat surface that we want. Oh yeah. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Now I'm just gonna brush away the excess with a big fluffy brush. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get right in there. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching my tutorial. So what I've done now is just covered up where my beard grows with this orange grease paint, and that will counteract the effect of the blueness that my hair under my skin creates. And then I'm just covering it with some more of that baby powder, just so it doesn't bleed into my foundation when I put the foundation on. So now it's time for foundation. So I use this liquid cream foundation as my base, and on a slightly moist beauty blender, I just put it all over my face and just spread it around. Make sure to cover the eyebrows. I'm not really putting it under my eyes because I'm gonna use another color there. You take it up onto the ear a little bit. This is a pretty light coverage foundation, so sometimes I add extra, especially on the beard. Keep tapping it in. And I try not to drag it, especially where the orange is, because that makes it more likely that they'll mix and the foundation will become orange. And I bring it down onto the neck, just a little. So you don't want to have like a line, unless that's the look you're doing. That's not what I'm doing today. Then I'm going to go and use a TV paint stick for a highlight, a very white light colour, and I'm going to swipe that under my eye. Basically from the nose up to the corner of the eye. Top of the lip, bottom of the chin, up the nose. I'm in the different sponge. I use a smaller one here. I'm just going to tap that around so it blends in. Mostly I'm just smoothing out the surface of where I already put the colour right now. So what this does is that it highlights the central parts of the face. It's the effect of making it look smaller, round out those hard angles of my natural face shape. Then I'm going to go back with the sponge that I used for the base colour foundation and just blend the edge of the two colours together a bit. Again, I don't worry about making this too perfect because everything is going to get muted when I cover it in setting powder. Then I'm going to take a TV paint stick in a much darker colour and I'm going to use this for my contour. So I'm going to draw a line from the top of my sideburn to about here. And do the same on the other side. So again, this will cut those cheekbones, give me that chiseled look. And I'm going to take another sponge and I'm going to blend it from the bottom going up. Using that same paint stick, I'm going to cut my jawline because I have quite a square jaw, so I'm going to try and soften it by creating a shadow just there. So from under the bottom of the ear to the corner of the chin and connect it and just bring it under just slightly. I used to draw all the way to my Adam's apple and you don't need that much of this colour. Same as on the cheeks, just blend the edges. You can go for a hard line here, but I prefer not to. I don't want to look like a strap on my chin. And the same under here, just blend the edge. This creates a shadow under the chin to make the face look smaller. So it's all about creating an illusion, this foundation. Then I'm going to take this little skinny angled brush. I don't know what it is. And I'm going to use the same contour colour, just layer some of it onto the brush. I'm going to use this to make that skinny little nose. So starting at the bottom, I'm going to draw a line up just past my eyebrow and I'm going to connect it to the crease. So I'll have an outline for the crease before I start doing the eye makeup. This shape of the crease is really just a sketch, just to give me an idea where I want the eyeshadow colour to come when I put it on. So that's basically foundation, contour and highlight done, but I'm now also going to use this super white eye cream to define the crease before I set everything. And I'm not going to cover the whole lid or go that far back in the crease because eventually this is going to be black. I'm just going to bring it around under the eye as well. Just has the effect of making the eye look much bigger. So really everything I'm doing now is mapping out what's going to come next. I'm going to do the other eye. Blend out the inner corners using my finger because I don't want a really hard line there where it joins the nose. So it's now time to set this mug. Powder Puff from earlier, remember her? Feel Old Nell? Cover it in my baby powder. First I'm just going to cover the face. Don't be shy now. You need a lot of this. This is going to stop all of that foundation from moving around. It's going to keep everything in place. get them ears. Oh, this is why I wear a zip hoodie, because this is when it gets messy. Also, so I can show you my hairy chest. She's shameless. Really beat this face. I'm a sad clown, but this is just really pressing the powder in to your face. That's what's gonna stop it sliding around. Okay, in those creases. It's the most manual labor I've done in ages. You take that fluffy brush from earlier and just brush off all of that excess powder. Sorry. Then it's time to bake. Taking this little triangle sponge, I'm gonna put a layer of loose powder under my eye, which does two things. Firstly, it catches any eyeshadow so it doesn't ruin my foundation. And it will also intensify that highlight that's under there. So this is baking. And I'm just gonna do that in the widest areas. And also just between my cheek and chin contour. Because I want that to pop just a little. That's fine. Oh, I definitely inhaled some powder just now. Now comes the eye makeup. So I'm going to use this really bronzish color here as my main eyeshadow color. So I'm going to use this kind of fluffy-ish brush, really saturate it on the brush, and then I'm going to just go crazy. Can't stop me. So I'm following the line that I drew earlier for the crease. Just follow it into the corner and then out and kind of wing it out a little bit towards the hairline. It's got this nice shimmer to it. Just wipe off some of the excess product on there and then just feather the edge, the top edge of that eyeshadow. Then I'm going to use like a short stubby kind of brush and a darker brownish color, and I'm going to use that to define the crease. Follow the line that I drew with my contour. I'll bring it down just slightly onto the bridge of the nose. Then that same bronze color that I used on the top of the eyes, I'm going to just tap the end of the nose with it just a little bit. Softens out the end of the nose contour and also just adds a nice triangular kind of equilibrium of the colours on the 3 points of the face. Nice and shiny. So now I'm going to create a wing in black, and to do that I'm going to use this same skinny little angular brush that I used for the nose contour. I'm going to dip it in water, and I'm using this water activated black liner stuff. It's like face paint, because I'm essentially a clown. I'm going to draw a line from the end of my waterline out to meet this shape that I created with the eyeshadow, and then I'm going to draw it back in to the inner corner of the eye. What a mess. This is the trickiest part for me. I'm going to fill this in with the same black. The great thing about doing this shape is that it doesn't matter if I open my eyes before it's dry, because the whole of my lid is covered, so it's not going to transfer onto the eyeshadow above. And then actually just using my finger, I'm going to use a black eyeshadow. Just cover it to make sure it's super dark. Now I'm going to get that white cream that I used earlier, in the same brush, and I'm just gonna redefine the crease. Make it super white. I'm now gonna go in with a eye pencil creamy thing and line the top waterline. Because I want everything around where the lashes are gonna go to be super dark. A little mascara. Sometimes people are surprised that I use mascara if I'm gonna wear false lashes, but because I've used so much powder on my face, it's really just to make sure that my real lashes are black and not powdery underneath. So I don't take too much time on that. All right, now it's time to brush away this baking powder. Ooh, it's really making that highlight pop. Oh my god. Now I'm gonna go in and do this under eye. I'm gonna use this blue pen thing, and underneath where I already outlined the highlight, I'm gonna just draw a line from the middle of my eye out. Then using my short stubby brush, I'm gonna use an eyeshadow that is a similar color. Dab it on there. Oh yeah, look at that. And then just smoke it out. Excellent. Now we're going to add a bit more definition to this contour. I'm going to use this kind of rounded fluffy brush and one of these darker colors. Just put it a bit on the edge. Just like that. Yeah, just a bit. Yeah. And then, okay. That's really annoying, sorry. That's alright. Yeah, I'm just going to keep defining this contour using the same dark color, so going over the contour that I drew earlier. And then use the big fluffy brush to kind of just blend it all out. And I'm going to actually go a bit crazy and use some of this purple and just hit the inner corner of that contour again. Just so it's not so flat. Give it a bit of colour. Just round out the end of that contour with a little blush. I'm using a sort of slightly shimmery pink. And for a highlight, I'm going to use this almost white, slightly yellowish color. And I'm just going to use my finger. So it's very iridescent. I'm just going to gently tap it on here at the top of my cheekbone. Ooh. On the chin and the center of the nose. Now it's time to draw the lips. So first I'm gonna moisturize my lips. I'm gonna use this bright orange color for the lips. I'm going to overdraw them. So first I'm going to take this little skinny angle brush and I'm going to use it to outline the shape of the lips that I want to create. So start in the middle. I'm going to draw the arch on each side and then extend it, and then at the bottom. It doesn't matter if I make a little mistakes here because I'm going to go around the edge of the outline after I fill them in. I almost never make them symmetrical. on the first attempt, so I can just go and correct that. So once I've got a shape I'm happy with, then I just fill it in with the lipstick. I find that overdrawing lips works best when using a matte lipstick, because then you don't see the reflection. I also find for me, it works okay to overdraw here on the top to the sides, but on the bottom I stick to my natural lip shape. And I'm just gonna do this. So now I'm gonna clean it up. Just clean my brush. I don't use that many different brushes. This is the same brush I used for the eyeliner. I'm using it for the lips. I'm now gonna use it again to redefine the lip shape. Neutral foundation color. And I'll just use that to go around the outside of the lips to tidy up any little mistakes I made. Then I'm going to take my highlight foundation color, just with my finger. I'm going to put some of that just in the middle of the lips, just to create a little highlight, some contrast and dimension to the lips. And then I'm actually going to use this glittery eyeshadow, just a very tiny bit from the lid with my finger. And I'm just going to tap it very lightly in that highlight on the lip. Oh, it's almost done. So I'm just going to add a couple of crystals, some little blue ones underneath the eye. Self-adhesive, meant for kids to like make pictures, which is essentially what I'm doing on my face, so you're welcome. And I don't draw eyebrows on because life is too short for eyebrows. So instead I'm going to put these crystals right here. Oh, just for a bit of extra sparkle. And the look would not be complete without my signature lashes, which are made of paper. I'm just going to take my lash glue, and I use one that dries black. And I just put a little dollop on my hand. Dollop, what an awful word. Drag the edge of the lash through the glue. Just really coat it in glue. I don't know if this helps really. So the glue's almost dry, so now I'm gonna look down and approach the lash from above. Ooh! Oh my goodness. I forget how big these lashes are until I put them on. Squeeze from above and below into my actual lash line. Give the glue a chance to set in place. Oh, okay. Hello. So now I'll just throw on a wig and an outfit for you and show you the full look. So this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed watching my makeup process and maybe even learned something. Please leave any questions, comments, feedback, praise, tips in the comments below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Morgan Wood Callisto, MorganWoodCallisto.